John Bolenbaugh. It's March 13th and I'm at a BP station here in Florida. Just show you that all the southern BP stations have been closing down because nobody wants to buy gas from BP. So I'm asking you, please do not go to BP stations in any of the northern states. Support the people in the Gulf. It's actually Saturday the 30th, but I didn't get a new newspaper, so at least I can prove that it's the 29th. That's the same newspaper I used yesterday that I said October 10th by accident, but now you know for a fact it's from October 29th. This is Ceresco Dam. I was just at a city meeting where Enbridge and the EPA showed pictures of this place, said it's all cleared, said that it looks amazing, and they showed before and after pictures. Well, they lied to us again. Why? Because just from me walking out here, this place is full of oil everywhere. Just gobs of it. And of course I'll do my glove test to prove to you. This whole entire area is full of oil. Alright, here we go. Very clean glove. Nothing on it. Alright, I'm going to come through. I'm going to grab some oil. It's all through here, real thick stuff. God. Can everybody see that? It's really thick. Watch. See that? You can't deny that's oil. That is really thick oil. Nasty. Alright, I'm going to try to wipe it off, wash it off. Mud will come right off. No. Now listen, this is just in a couple square foot area I am. This whole place is full of it. And they said it's clean. July 24th, 2011. Wow. We're just walking out here. Oh my God. Oh my God. And they pulled all the boom out of here before, back in October, and then Channel 2 News did a report about me. I think it was November 1st. Then they came out here November 2nd with Enbridge and they started putting boom up again. They did this because of me, but look how bad this is. I told them this was super bad. Now they're digging it up. They actually have this hydro hoe. We waited for all the workers to leave because we don't want any confrontation. You know, we just want the oil cleaned up. Oh my God. Look, this is oil. Chunks of oil. This whole thing is oil. All through here. Oh my God. I'm going to do my glove test. What'd you say?
So there's a turtle right over there, all covered in oil.
There's a turtle covered in oil?
Yeah, just hanging out right over there. If we get close to him, he might move.
I don't know where I don't see him. No? Where? Got his head?
He's right there.
Oh my God. See him? Yep, that's a turtle covered with oil.
I don't know what kind he is.
Can you pick it up?
I don't know if it's a snapper or a baby snapper.
Here, put a glove on. It ain't a snapper. What, did it try to bite you?
Looks like it.
Oh my God. Oh, he took off. But yep, that oil was all over that turtle. Poor thing.
I don't know if anybody got one of these on their front porch. Anybody getting these? Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
I wonder if you could comment on that.
Joe, this is not the purpose of this meeting, Joe.
It's not.
They wanted to give me a verbal commitment.
Yeah.
I says, I can't take a verbal commitment. It's got to be done black and white. I've still got the sheet that they wrote out.
Okay.
That they would take care of me because it was right after it happened.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't stay here. And they said, well, we'll take care of you and your meals. And I said, but I got to have it in writing because I went out the next day to collect my bill, my hotel and my dinner bill.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me through the gate. I take this paper, and I says, here, read this. The guy reached for it. I says, no, you read it from where you're standing.
Right,
I'm holding on to
because you don't want him to take it.
He looked at it, read it, he says, I said, you going that bill? I says, yeah, that's where I'm going. He says, okay.
You know how Michigan weather is, how everything freezes, right? We're in the middle of the winter. I was on Channel 3 News. I took them out to Talmadge Creek. They planted grass over the oil. I walked over the top of the grass where they planted, and I fell down to my waist. This is in the middle of the winter. Oil won't freeze. That's the best way for me to prove that it was oil in the middle of the winter. And John, right up there in the black, he said that it was mud. In the middle of the winter, said it was mud. That wasn't frozen. It was 20 degrees out. It was below zero for that whole week before that. I'm telling you, they lie.
I don't. That's what I say. When I approach them, I wanted stuff in writing, and you can't.
That girl right there tried to get me arrested one day. She told me I could go out to the river and show them sites where oil was, and when we went out there, they called the cops trying to arrest me after she gave me approval. Now, thank God we tape recorded the phone conversation, and we have proof of that, but she really tried to get me arrested. This is what they try to do. They've called the cops 5 times on me, and 4 of them I was not on their property. They lied and said I was, and I proved every time they were lying. Every time. There is nothing that says you can't be in the river. Nothing. There is no ordinance. There's nothing. They're lying to you. A reporter did an investigation when they said I couldn't go out to the river, and they found out that there is nothing stopping you from going to the river.
What about the health department?
Nothing. There is no legal order. None.
I know what he's going to do. He's going to tell me to contact the health department.
Sure.
Okay.
But there is.
And if I contact them, they're going to tell me what exactly.
They're going to tell you to contact the EPA. The EPA is going to say you can't go in the river for health concerns. But I'm telling you, I swear to God, there is nothing in writing that's legal that says you can't go in the river. The governor made a 28-day restriction on the river because of the spill. After the 28 days, they never renewed it. That's why I have all these videos of going in the river, and they can't arrest me. I'm not breaking any laws.
Have you talked to any? When this happened, I was living. I went out. I approached them. I got things down in writing from them because they were giving me verbal commitments.
Yeah,
I got it down in writing. They approached me after I kept coming to them with hotels bills and meals bills. 3 days of that shit after July.
Right.
They're on the phone to me. They want to talk to me. I had a man pull in. He said, right away, John, I can't remember Price or something like that.
I know who he is. I've talked to him.
John Price?
I don't know his last name.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he come to my house, wanted to talk to me. Stuck out his hand. I says, let's go inside. We'll talk about this. We got inside, and he says, well, what do you think is a fair amount? I says, I have no idea. I'll just keep bringing the bills to you. I went out there one time. They couldn't find it. They said they had no checks in the building. Right. Everybody was scrambling like it's the day after. Like rats are running around.
Right.
I said, I got this piece of paper that says you're going to reimburse me for this. And they said, we can't find any checks. You know what I said, take up a goddamn collection. You owe me this money. All of a sudden, they're looking at me like, are you nuts or something? Right. Just a minute, Mr. Thornton. I'll be right back. They found the checkbook and wrote me out a check.
Right.
I was back there the next day with another bill.
Yeah.
The guy can't find the checkbook again. The guy, I says, you're going to pay me. I'm not leaving here until you pay me.
I made $2,300 a week, and I lost my job. No, I knew it was going to happen because if you complain, they fire you. So, but I still complain.
So, I mean, you left this outside. I mean, I don't know you. I didn't know you from.
I know.
But after I said, I recognize you.
Check me out.
But I just wanted to, I bring this in here and say, hey, comment on this. Is this true?
It is true. It is true.
Or are you telling the truth?
Let me let you know something. They have the most powerful attorneys in the entire world, these oil companies. If I said one thing that was a lie, I would be sued for everything I own for slander. I have never been accused of lying once, ever. I am telling you the truth.
I said, I believe you. I seen the river. I want to get in the river because I've waited that river. They give me 2 hours. Let me get in there with my Levi's and sneakers on and go down 11-mile road, and I can tell you whether that river is clean or not clean. You can't tell from looking from the bridge down.
No, you can't. You should know. You have to get in the mud,
right?
And you got to take a rake and move it around.
Right, I know that, and I know where to look.
Hey, we just went to Talmadge Creek just to, what was it? Was it yesterday?
Yep.
Yesterday, and they actually put sand, about 6 inches of sand over the entire Talmadge Creek. If you dig through the sand, oil gushes up. They put sand over the oil. August 3rd, Battle Creek Enquirer. It's John Bolenbaugh. Here's Tyler. And what we're going to do is show you that oil was buried in Talmadge Creek. Okay? They put sand over the top of all this oil. Do you see no sheen's coming up when I do that? No sheen. So the sand that they put over it is not contaminated. Alright? It didn't flow downriver. They put it here. They put it here for the press because the press will come right up through here, and they want the press to look at this, and it looks nice and clear. But this was 2 foot of mud and oil back before, and I'm going to prove that to you in other areas. But I'm going to show you the oil that is left here. Okay. I'm going to dig a hole. It's going to take me a minute. And when I get to the mud that's under the sand that they put over the top of the oil, you'll see all the oil pop up. And this is just in one small spot. You see all that coming up?
Oof. That's disgusting.
They buried it.
You can smell it too.
I'm in one 12 by 12 square foot area of all this oil.
Former worker is doing everything possible to get his story out there. The creek's right over here. A former worker blowing the whistle on Enbridge takes News Channel 3 on a tour of sites he claims still have oil, but the company is not coming back to clean up. John Bolenbaugh still finds ice packed with oil and is making strong accusations against the company. They were trying to meet deadlines. So what they would tell us to do is take dirt, put it over the top of the oil. They were telling us to take mud with oil and throw it into the woods. They're telling us to rake dirt over the top of oil. And he says because he wouldn't do those things, he was fired in October after 2 months on cleanup operations. But Bolenbaugh believes the so-called smoking gun is near Talmadge Creek in Ground Zero in Marshall. As I just wanted to prove that this is all oil. It is all oil. This is not mud. Mud will freeze. But they put this canvas over the top of it. This is just plain old canvas. They put grass seed underneath it, and what's supposed to happen is the grass will grow through. He's accusing Enbridge of using a coconut matting to cover up obvious oil, with the company having no thoughts of ever cleaning these areas up. The project director was scheduled to go out to the site with us, but said a significant issue came up. So we showed him our video. No, that is not oil.
I got tons of proof. I went to the city council and told them last night about it.
Well, you're at a standstill, really, aren't you?
I can't do much anything except for get you guys to know what's going on. That's all I can do.
You see what they've got? You see what you've got here? These people laughing and stuff.
And then when you complain, they shut you up.
Yeah, they're PR people.
Yep.
You know what PR people are.
Yes.
They're there to tell you exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah. And then they don't do nothing about it. We're like that guy who was talking about buying my property, but your bid is so low, they're not going to do nothing. But in front of everybody, they say, well, we'll talk to you about it. They're not going to offer him more than mortgage is worth. They're not going to do that. And what they do is buy these houses for lower than the value. Then they have their workers live in them, and they save tons of money from hotel bills because the workers are living in them. And then someday they'll sell them, make their money back. And you could have sued, but you can't because you sold your property to them. Because if your land is contaminated, you're talking about a lot of money you can get. So they want to buy these houses that are close, that have contamination on them. That's why they want to buy them.
Aren't you kind of afraid to tell us?
I've had two death threats. I've had all 4 slashed tires. I've had my brakes cut. I got a scar on my head from getting hit over the head with a pipe. Yes, I'm scared, but I'm not going anywhere. So I did my last will and testament, and I said bye to my family, and if something happens to me, they all know why. Yes, I'm scared. Well, what do? You let them get away with it? I'm not gonna.
I don't. I'm not scared.
John Zabinski or whatever is getting yelled at by a resident of Ceresco Dam because he's tired of all the lies. We just had a Ceresco meeting and John wouldn't answer any of his questions.
Hey, I'm 70 years old. I'd like to fish the river again before I die. Okay? I don't know when I'm going to die. I don't think it's going to be right away. I hope it's not right away, but I believe it's statistics. You're taking too long. Get more people in here to clean it up. It's been over a year. How long do you want me to wait? I haven't got 10 years. Okay? I'm going to be 6 foot on the ground. Really? Maybe you're doing everything you think you can do. I think you can do more. Well, that's your opinion. Right. And you have your opinions. It's been over a year, and it's not cleaned up. So I'm going to have to take my opinion, because if I took your opinion, I would be able to go down there and get in the river now. Again, I think we don't want to do And what's going to happen if I get in the river and I wade that river from the dam on down, and I know there's the pockets and stuff in there because I used to fish that all the time. I used to fish. You're not doing everything you can because it's been over a year. It would have been cleaned up by now. Yeah, we are. We're so you've really got a heavy load. There's a lot of shit left in there, right? No, I don't believe that. Then why are you still messing around with it?
John just lied to everybody again.
There's still a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to move on, but I understand your concerns and I appreciate that. Do I have to?
John doesn't want to be on camera.
I know you're laughing. You think it's funny. You think it's funny. You know what? If you lived here, you wouldn't have that laugh on your face. You wouldn't think it was funny, but when you're back. Yeah. They're going a little fast right now.
John doesn't want to talk to residents that have legitimate issues. This is Mrs. Powell, Meredith Powell, that tried to get me arrested one day. Hey, sir.
Yeah.
I forgot your name.
Joe Thornton.
All right. Well, so now you just talked to him. What do you think about what he had to say?
I knew what he was going to do.
And what did he say? Well, he ran out as soon as you started walking up to him.
Oh, sure he did.
What
he had that cop. You get that with a cop behind him? I said, what's this guy? Big ape. Great big guy, big security guard. You thought I was going to get in a tussle with him or something?
That's how they try to intimidate all of us.
Well, I don't intimidate. Even if they can kick my ass, but I'll tell you what, you know what? If they kick my ass too bad, after I get out of the hospital, somebody else is going to be in the hospital, and I'm going to be in jail.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
Right.
I'm 70 years old in December. I don't have that much longer to live. I ain't got a whole hell of a lot to lose. He's got a lot more to lose than I have because he's a lot younger than me.
Right.
Now, that's not a threat.
I know it's not.
It's a fact.
I know. You're just upset because they're not cleaning it up properly. I know. They're not doing a good job.
And that smile he's got on his face, that irks me. Like I said, if he lived out here, he wouldn't have that smile on his face.